the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Hey everybody, this is Scotty J.
What's up, guys? This is DJ Zach.
Hey guys, you're out with Ambler.
Rock Titan Live on W4CY Radio every Tuesday from 9 to 9:50 p.m. Eastern.
You're listening to Rock Titan Live.
W4CY Radio.
You are listening to Rock Titan Live
every Tuesday from 9 to 9:50 p.m. Eastern.
Rock Titan Live
every Tuesday from 9 to 9:50 p.m. Eastern.
Scotty J.
DJ Zachy D.
Out with
Rock
Ambler.
Titan Live on W4CY Radio.
Yo, everybody! Welcome to Rock Titan Live, and I know you weren't expecting this. Of course, I'm your host, Scotty J, and happy Halloween, everybody! Happy Halloween! It's Thursday, October 31st, All Hallows Eve, and usually when you guys are tuned into Rock Titan Live, where we are sometimes joined by Out with Ambler and Zachy D and Rebel. It's on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's usually our time slot. But, I've been experimenting and kicking things around, thinking that, we need to move that time to where everybody can engage and listen to all the awesome banter and interviews that we get. And we have one such show today. And we've got an awesome engineer with us that we don't always have with us on the show. And that is my lady D down there in Florida. D, how you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you, Scotty J?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Happy Halloween. You going out to party tonight?
No, I actually have to work Friday nights tonight.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I did my partying Tuesday. I went out to my local bar that I love to go to.
Right.
And so I'm a little flapper girl. I went out on Tuesday and I had my little fun. But, hey, what better than to dress up like something scary and terrify children all night? You know what I mean?
I do that every single day of my life, even when it's not Halloween. So,
Touche.
Yeah. So anyway, everybody, welcome to W4CY Radio, Rock Titan Live. And if you're listening and not watching, but you would like to actually see what we have coming up, because we've got some amazing guests. We've got Wes Scantlin from Puddle of Mudd. But first, before that, we've got Doug Pinnick from King's X waiting on us right now. And we've got some breaking news in both their camps. So it's going to be really, really cool. And I know we've got Doug waiting right now. Make sure you go out to W4CY.com and click on Talk 4 TV. And you'll be able to watch me. And, I'm going to be talking with Doug here real soon. And then not real long after that, we are going to be talking with Wes Scantlin. So, D, are you familiar with King's X or Puddle of Mudd?
I am familiar with Puddle of Mudd, absolutely.
All right, right on. Well, first, we've got Doug waiting. So everybody, I'm really looking forward to talking to him, and we are going to go to Doug right now. Everybody, welcome to Rock Titan Live. I'm Scotty J, and we're here with the always illustrious Doug Pinnick of King's X and KXM, and he's been doing a Jimi Hendrix tour, and you've got so much going on, man. It's amazing.
It's pretty crazy.
I tell you, it's funny because, I tried to catch up with you a couple months ago, and, you'd been touring with King's X. You were doing some shows at that point, but then I know you've been doing the Hendrix stuff as well. And just from the last time you and I had a chance to catch up at Sellersville Theater, you had a book come out, The Oral History of King's X. And I had a chance to read some of that. Man, you've got it going on. Last time you and I talked, you had like a new pedal coming out, and you had some new KXM videos coming out. I mean, it's nonstop. Boom, 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 boom. Is that just Doug's life, man?
That's my life right now, but it's kind of slow right now since Jerry is getting operated on, and Ty's having some family problems with his dad. We've had to take about 4 months off.
Oh no!
And so I'm here catching up with other stuff. Got a Christmas thing I'm going to sing on with Bob Kulick and Greg Bissonette and some guys. Oh, and let me see what else. I got enough songs to make a new record, solo record. So you might see one by first of the year. You know,
Oh
the
man.
King's X record is being mixed right now, but it won't come out till in 2000 sometime. But I can shit out a solo record right now. I got the songs. I just got to go mix them and get Joe at Rat Pack to put it out. But
Why am I not surprised, man? You know, I mean, of course you would say something like that. But I guess the last stuff I saw, just with King's X, the last news that I heard was you guys had 17 tracks mixed, you know, and done. So is that what this next King's X album is going to be? 17 songs, or has there been more added to that?
Nah, there'll probably be less. There's a couple songs that we're gonna leave out. And by the time we got done with it, we just felt like they weren't up to par. You know, I liked him, but Ty didn't. He didn't. It's a song he wrote that he wanted to take off, and there's a song that I wrote that I haven't got lyrics for yet, and I've been struggling with it. So those two songs won't be on this record. But the rest of them, so 15 songs, yeah.
That's solid, man. And
maybe it'll be a triple album or something.
Well, since 15 came out, I mean, I know that there are a lot of King's X fans out there that have been waiting a long, long time for some new material, man. You know, it's like the suspense is killing us. So we're looking at 2020 right now.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know when. We haven't figured out the date yet, but we want it to be right when it comes out. We don't want to rush and have to have a deadline and stuff. This is it's got to be a good record. I mean, we put 15 records out almost, or 14. I can't remember now, but we can't just shit out another record. This has got to be better than anything we've ever done, or we're not going to put it out. And that's no ego. It's just that that's what we want to give to our people. Sure. Because it's not worth it if it's not going to be up to par. You know, I mean, we're not doing it just to go in and make a record. We waited this long just to be ready. You know, I mean, I think everybody's on the same page now when it comes to going forward and making this record the best we can and having faith in ourselves, you know.
That's awesome, man.
And think about it, we've been together for, almost 40 years, and we've never had a hit record really. So, so we're pretty jaded, you know. It's like we're not expecting it to sell a lot, but we believe our people will love them. Love it. They love the songs.
All right. So King's X fans out there, Doug Pinnick fans out there, you heard it from the man himself. They've never produced a hit record. They've never produced a hit record, man.
That's okay. We got to make records, though.
What I'm saying is, I think
paid for it, and we got people that love us, and it's all good.
I think your fans would take exception with that. I really do, man. And I'm one of them. Because seriously, man, I mean, you guys, you're amazing. And Doug, I love your voice, man.
Thank you.
I was going out and I was listening to some of your newer stuff because you had a KXM video, I guess, just come out like a month ago. And, and you've done a few of those since Circle of Dolls came out. And I do want to talk to you a little bit about that. But I mean, your voice is it's so incredible. And it's funny because we did talk about this before, with you doing the Jimi Hendrix tribute. It's scary almost how much your voice sounds like Jimmy's. It really does. You've got to hear a lot of that, man.
I do. And it's funny when I'm talking, sometimes I sound like him. People when I'm in the studio and the producer's, producing, and I'll say something and he'll stop and go, dude, that gave me goosebumps. You sounded like Jimi Hendrix talking. I don't know. I'm not trying.
No, I know. That's just your voice. But I mean, it's so awesome. I want to talk to you a little bit about your book, man, because I had a chance to read some of it. I didn't read all of it, but I did get to tear into a good bit of it. And I thought it was so interesting. And I loved how unique it was because, a lot of times when you're reading like a biography or an autobiography about a band, it at least is usually coming from one person's perspective. It has one voice. But in the case of King's X, the oral history, everybody, if you haven't had a chance to go read it, buy it, go check it out. It's on Amazon. It's all over the place. Go out to the King's X website, King's X Rocks. The oral history. I thought it was so cool how it was your perspective and Jerry's perspective and Ty's perspective. Like every one of you has a voice in this book, and it's all from your different perspectives.
And they're quite different from each other too.
Right. So one of the things I wanted to ask you, did you learn anything new about one another that you had never known before?
Think about this scenario. if you and your girlfriend or your spouse or somebody you've been with for 35, 40 years and you've had a whole life together, and then you go to a therapist and you find out a whole bunch of stuff you didn't know about how people felt about things and things that have happened in the past and your part in it. It's a really it was an opening. It opened my eyes up, to see who they think I am and who I think they are. Put it that way.
Wow, that's cool, man. That's cool. So, did you discover anything new?
Yeah, but it's pretty personal.
Okay, yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, because if I do that, then there'll be. It's like Donald Trump tweeting things that people misunderstand, and I don't want to be misunderstood, so I have to just keep it that way. I just know that I've learned things that I've been doing that I didn't know that other people in the band felt. I don't know. It's sort of like, how do you put it? I'm a pretty dominant person in the band, I think, and I didn't realize how dominant I might have been to other people's egos and psyche, and in my ignorance, and not being sensitive to understand and really pay attention to other people and think about them more than myself. I mean, we're all pretty self-centered people, and we think we're going along, and we wonder why we have conflict, and a lot of times we realize that it's us creating the conflict. And so I learned some things about myself, the conflict that I've created that I didn't realize. So, yeah, and I think we're all learned. I think we all learned. I don't know. I haven't really talked to the guys about how they feel about it. I've told them how I feel about it,
right?
So it was encouraging and eye-opening, because it gave me freedom to be me in this band. Instead of being what's the word for it? Everybody has their little idiosyncrasies in friends and bands and marriages. You tiptoe around certain issues, and there's things you learn to find out a friendship. You got to learn how to live with people. But I've realized that I've suppressed some things that I didn't need to suppress because it wasn't how you put it? It wasn't a problem. So, like I said, this is real general, but if you think about the whole scope of it, yes, my eyes are open.
That's awesome.
Especially from what other people said too, which blew my mind. I mean, some of my peers who I've hung out with for years and years did not know that how we affected them, deep down inside. Just blows my mind.
Right. Now, the foreword was actually written by Scotty Ian of Anthrax.
Yeah.
How did that all happen? How far do you guys go back?
Scotty, God, we go back to day one. I mean, we were on Megaforce when they were back in our first record came on Megaforce in '88, and they had been on Megaforce for a couple of years doing their thing, Metallica and them and Overkill and, Testament, all those metal bands. So I've known those guys, from day one. And Scotty, he's one of the biggest King's X fans around. And him and forgot the drummer's name now. God, I feel like an idiot because whenever I gotta say people's names, my brain goes blank, and it's so embarrassing because I feel like I've dissed the person I care about.
Right on, man. Yeah, I do the same thing. The worst part is when you forget the name of the person you're actually talking to at that very time.
I was on a date one time, and someone came up, and I tried to introduce my date to the person. I forgot her name. And she never spoke to me again.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. So Scott wrote the foreword for you guys though.
Yeah, I first asked Jerry Cantrell, and Jerry said yes, and he didn't get back to me. And I texted him again about a couple of weeks later, and he didn't get back to me. And then I said, Rita, have you seen him? And she says, oh, you just got to keep bugging him because he spaces out and he forgets to get back to you. And that's the way I am. So I totally understood, but I didn't want to bug him. I don't want to bug anybody. So I just figured after a while, I thought, well, if you really, really, if you really want to do something, you're on it. If it's not that big deal to you, then fine. And I asked Scotty to do it.
Right on, man. Well, that's, you snooze, you lose. That's why I've been bugging you for so long though, Doug, because it's been a while since we caught up. up. So like you said, if you want something that bad, you keep after it. That's why I've been harassing you. So
I know.
Take it personally, man. Take it very personally.
You know, Jerry's a pretty busy guy, and he's got all the stuff going, and I get it, you know, because shoot, so many times things will just pass by me, and I'll forget months later and go, oh man, I forgot, you know.
Yeah, right on.
But Jerry usually always gets back to me, but he was on tour at the time, and it was pretty crazy.
Well, I know Alice in Chains has been pretty busy, you know, and it's cool. It's good to be busy, as are you. But one thing I'm curious about the book, you know, so obviously you learned some new things about yourselves and Jerry and Ty, and, you know, there was some of that stuff. Was there anything covered in the book where, as you were going through making it, that you had just totally forgotten about, and like, you know, it kind of resurrected old memories, and you're just like, wow, you know, was there anything specific of note that you had forgotten, like a little tidbit? Because obviously we want everyone to go buy the book, you know, the Oral History of King's X, but was there anything specific that you can think of, like off the top of your head, because I know I'm putting you on the spot, that you had just kind of forgotten about, that you're like, oh man, you know, this would be such a cool story to have in the book?
No. There's so many stories that, I mean, after a while, it just gets crazy. You know, I mean, every now and then I'll be telling somebody, or they'll be telling me a story and go, man, that should have been in the book, and that should have been. But at the end of the day, you know, everybody's life is exciting. And I think that anybody who writes a book about what they do, there's so many stories that can be told. And that's why we asked other people to tell the stories too, because so many stories are told by other people that they're better than me telling the story. You know, I love to hear these stories too. And a lot of the stories that people tell me, I don't remember. And I go, oh my God, I don't remember that. But cool. Dude, that was cool.
That is cool.
And in fact, in my old age lately, I've been running into a lot of old friends who are starting to tell me these stories back 20, 30 years ago. And, you know, a friend of mine, I ran into him, said, man, my dad kicked me out of the house and you let me sleep on on your couch. Man, I'll never forget that. And I'm going, I did? I remember hanging out with you. I remember all this stuff, you know, playing bass. He was a bass player, and, you know, I let him use my amp and stuff. He was pretty young at the time. He had a young band there, like 14, 15 years old, and they sounded like the Ramones. And they opened for us back in the day before we got a record deal. Yeah. And the drummer, Alan, went on to play with the Galactic Cowboys, actually. And but just all these stories. I've had so many people in my life that have come and gone, that have spent maybe a year or two with me, lived with me, or in some kind of place where we had to deal with each other for a while. So there's always these stories, because you know me, I like to put people under my wings and throw them to the wolves.
Yeah, right on. No,
it's a good way to say it, but I like to get young musicians who are looking for that door to get out. And so I open the door for them, but I say, this is all you're getting. I'm going to open the door and throw you to the wolves. You got to figure it out like we all do.
Hey, man, there's no better way to learn, you know?
Yeah, can't hold anybody's hand.
Right? Now, I know you've been doing a little bit of like a documentary series behind this too. You know, like you've had a journalist kind of, you know, putting all this on video.
Yeah, I can't wait till we see that. He's magical. He showed us the trailer. He made up a mock trailer with some of the footage that he had, and it brought me to tears. And it was kind of just the way he films everybody, and the thoughtfulness of it, and the coloring, and how he does things, and the music he plays. It's just, wow, people are going to really feel this, because he wants people to this is like getting to know King's X more than what we did and who we are and what. But he's trying to get deep inside us to find out who we are as people. Right. And then he's piecing it together. He's visiting our parents. He's going to, you know, places where we played. I gave him a tour of Houston, Texas, where all the places that we played at, and the rehearsal room that we, you know, I mean, we went down the list of just every little nook and cranny. You're gonna love this video. It's chocked full of stuff.
So like, I've just seen the bits and pieces on the King's X YouTube channel. Is this going to be like a YouTube movie, or is this going to be published in a different way on other outlets? Like, where
I actually don't know.
Okay. All right. But for right now, people can go kind of see the development of this out on the King's X YouTube channel.
I didn't even know that. There's a King's X music channel. Well, I'm going to have to check that. Let me write that down. King's X.
You actually do have a YouTube channel, Doug.
X YouTube. Okay.
Oh, man, that's too good. That's funny. That's funny,
I never
man.
have time. I'm so busy just making music and running around and playing. And I just moved into this house, and it's a
Okay.
really cool place. And
Nice.
I forgot what it's like to have a house again. So it's never done. You
Right
know,
on, man. Oh my God, I
work
know.
is never done. It's
Oh, I
like I get
know.
up in the morning and it's like I'm going to bed going, oh, I haven't even dented the list. You know.
Man, well, I know you're busy. I know you're busy because not only do you have King's X, but you got, KXM with Ray Luzier and, of course, George Lynch. And you've got your third album with those guys out already. Man, so you're cranking out all this stuff with KXM, and here we are waiting for King's X, man. What the heck? What's up with that? I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, everybody's pissed at us, but hey, wait till I throw this solar record out. People are going, what the fuck?
Right? Come on, man. Priorities. But
It ain't my fault. People been blaming me for that, but it wasn't my fault that King's X hasn't put a record out in 15 years.
Now, I know I've been bugging you about this, and I'm sure you've had a lot of other people bugging you about this too. But correct me if I'm wrong, Doug, but KXM, you guys haven't even toured. Like, you haven't even played live, have you?
We almost did. We had a tour that was being booked, but it got canceled.
What? Dude, that would be so off the rails. I mean, if you were out there with Ray and George, it would be sick.
Well, what happened was Korn Record and KXM came out the same day. Korn came in at number 1. KXM came in at number 5. There was a problem, and so it's all canceled.
What in the okay? Well, I'm not gonna pry, but I mean, Circle of Dolls.
I know is that I don't understand how 52 million records can affect a band that sells 0. Basically, but that's the way it is.
Circle of Dolls. I mean, it's killer. Everybody, go check out Circle of Dolls. KXM.
Pass it to your friends. Play it.
It's awesome. I mean, truly, it's awesome. I mean, I can't explain necessarily why one thing does well versus something else. I mean, well, you've been through it. You've been through it your entire career. I mean, you do something, you create a piece of work, and you're like, oh man, like I think personally this is going to be huge, and then something else that you would have never thought maybe would have done as well is huge. So I mean, it's like.
I've always looked at it this way. Ray Daniels, who managed us back in the day, he managed Rush, and I think he still manages Van Halen. I'm not sure, but we were all in that camp together for a while, and Ray really, really tried to push us and really make it work. I mean, he's a great manager. Look who he's got, who he's working for, Right. But he said to me, he says, I don't know what to do. You guys are like a fine wine. Not very many people like you, but the ones that do love you. And that's the thing about King's X is we don't have a huge following, but our fans are more loyal than just about any other band, I've been told. And so, that's a good thing. The story that King's X has is the underdog who has it all. Right. We've got everything that we need. We pay our bills. We got the people that love us. We can make music. Nothing's changed. We do what we want to. It's just that we didn't sell zillions of records, and I'm glad we didn't. Even Ty says if we sold, went platinum, we'd probably have broken up and found all kinds of ways to demons or whatever you want to call it. It probably would have screwed us up. So, I look back now and I wouldn't change a thing, Right I'm called a legend, even though and hey, that's good enough.
Well, you have influenced so many people. I mean, and you've got a lot of fans out there, I mean, and it's funny, because I mean, the term legend, sometimes it can get thrown around loosely, although in your in terms of Doug Pinnick, it certainly is not. But, just some guys we were talking about earlier, a guy like Tony Franklin, the fretless monster, plays the bass just like yourself. And, he's a phenomenal musician. And then someone like Carmine Appice, and you were talking about his brother, earlier on, Vinny, fans of yours. And I know you're fans of theirs.
Yes.
So, it's pretty Cool. Now, have you ever had any collaboration with Carmine? Because obviously you talked about Vinny, but was there ever any chance that you might do anything with Carmine?
If you pull out the Guitar Zeus album,
you're on that, yeah.
Yeah, next time around or whatever it was, this time around.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite vocal tracks I've ever sung, and I've only had 2, maybe 3 vocal tracks I've ever actually thought I nailed what I was trying to do, and that's one song that I thought, oh, that's exactly what I wanted to do. You know, I was happy with that, and somebody else wrote the lyrics and the melody. You know, but it was perfect for me.
Yeah, so everybody, Guitar Zeus, and yeah, Doug is featured on that. As is, you were talking about Bob Kulick earlier. I know Bruce Kulick, his brother, he's featured on there. And man, oh God, that is just got like a who's who of rock stars on that baby. I mean,
Carmine got him on. Oh, you mean Bob Kulick? Well, who were we talking about? Carmine, right?
Carmine, yeah. But then Bruce Kulick was on Guitar Zeus, I know. So, man. So, all right. So I know you got to get going. I want to be sensitive to your time because I know you are a busy man, even though I have been waiting forever to finally talk to you. And again, we are here with Doug Pinnick. No way. Don't be sorry at all. It is my honor and privilege to be speaking with you right now. But this new King's X album that is going to be coming out in 2020, it's been a long wait since the last one. Are there any new infusions, influences, anything that would say be a stark contrast to what you did with 15? What can people be expecting? What can the loyal King's X fan base that you are very well aware of, what can they be expecting?
I think that we took every song and tried to individually mix, create, vibe, everything different from the next song. So each song is different, drastically different. It's people that have heard it. Several of my friends have heard rough mixes, and the majority of them all say it sounds like King's X, but it's not King's X. There's not hardly anything reminiscent of anything we've done before, musically, genre type. Like a flavor. King's X has a flavor. Right. And it's just different. Even from one song to the next, Michael Parnan, who's producing it and engineering it, just said, I can't believe these 2 songs are on the same record. And we just go, I hope this works. And we go from Meshuggah to Penny Lane.
Wow.
And in our own take on it, Okay. So we got some fucked up math to the Beatles, with flowers and, with trumpets and violins. And I mean, we threw everything in. We're pulling, the cello and the violin and stuff like that, and incorporating stuff in the songs like we did on the 4th album.
Okay.
There's a lot of cello and violin in it, but you can barely tell it, but it lifted it up. Yeah, we just decided to make every song like a hit song the best we could make it. So this song is, I listen to them and I go, we all got a hit song on this record.
Right on.
All of us. Ty's got one. It's like the best of the Foo Fighters, man. I love this song. And Jerry's got one that is so Beatles-ish that I think that those guys are, their spirits are like walking around through the room, And I got one Meshuggah's one of my favorite bands, and I've got to know those guys. And so I got some fucked up math stuff going. So
that's wild, man.
And we're not trying to imitate anybody. We're just being inspired. We really went back to the old thing, the things that moved us the most, the things that touched us. We're trying to channel that attitude and that vibe. So this record is, every inch of it is something that we're behind and we enjoy doing it. I don't want to put another record out and go, I can't listen to that. I can't deal with it. Most records that King's X has done, I can't listen to it. I just go, oh, I wish I could fix that and that and that. And,
that's just the musician in you, man. You're a perfectionist, and I get it.
Yeah, and we've made so many records, and at 69 years old, we've all learned a lot in music, So there's so much music that's gone through our heads and that we've listened to that the only thing we can do is make a good record. How can we? I feel that we know what we like, and if we know what we like and we put it down on tape, then it's going to be good because we love it. And so we hope everybody loves this record.
Right. Dude, you're 69?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow. I mean, I guess I kind of knew that just from like having looked at your bio so many dang times, but man, the years have been kind.
Yes, they have.
What do you do, man? Like, how do you...
Runs in the family. All my brothers, and sisters, all of us are like 10, 15 years younger than we look.
Man.
Or older than we look. I mean,
that's awesome.
My brother Charlie looks like he's 21 and he's 41. Wow. And I look at him and go, yeah, that's what I look like when I was 41, like I was 20. I go, wish I could go back to that.
No,
everybody says I look like I'm in my early 50s. And that is a compliment for somebody who's 69. But I put my head down and go, oh, I wish they said I look like I was 20.
Yeah, now you do take care of yourself, though, man. You look great. You do. You do. I mean, you've been timeless. So everybody, again, we are here with Doug Pinnick, King's X, and can't wait.
KXM, PGP, Super Shine, Grinder Blues.
The list goes on and on. Yes. Everybody can try to sing like Doug, but I got news for you. There's no one that's going to sound like Doug, and there's only one person.
And if they do, they're not going to sell any records.
No.
My voice is not the flavor of the month.
Oh, please. Yo, listen, everybody. Right now, we are here with the King of Groove, all right?
Thank you.
Seriously, when you say, may the groove be with you.
Be with you.
It should be. It should be. I know you do. And it should be with everyone. And everybody, you want to get your rock on, you want to get your groove on, you want to get your funk on, go listen to some King's X. Go check out the entire catalog. And I know, Doug, I for one, I speak for myself, of course, but I feel confident and speaking for all of the King's X fan base out there when I say we cannot wait for this new album to come out. Now, are you going to be doing any videos ahead of the launch?
I hope so.
Okay.
I don't know, though, but I mean, it seems like that's what we should be doing.
Well, you have put out some great ones with KXM, and you better do them with King's X.
Well, the thing is, nowadays, you got to put videos out.
Right?
That's your commercial, and that might be the only thing that anybody sees of you because they probably won't buy the record because people don't buy records anymore.
Well, they should,
Yeah, they should.
And there's ways to do that. You know what? Vinyl is kind of like that, eclectic kind of, people
we're doing the vinyl up really good. It's going to be a great package.
Awesome. Because people still like getting
special treat.
People still like getting vinyl. It's that like collector's item that's just different than anything else.
Yeah, and it's going to be mixed. It's going to be mixed as close to analog as you can get it.
Really?
It's not going to be some squashed digital brick wall on vinyl. That's just stupid.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Well, Doug, as always, it is absolutely awesome talking to you. You are one of my favorite people on the planet. And seriously, and congratulations
Thanks.
on all the success you've had. And next time you're out my way, and or maybe I'll come out your way. I need to head westward.
If you come out to LA, just contact me.
I will. I got your number, so I'll bug you. I'll hit you up. All right, man. Doug, thank you so much. Everybody, I'm Scotty J. You are watching Rock Titan Live. May the groove be with you.
That's right.
We're out. Everybody. All right. How epic was that? That was absolutely amazing. I always love catching up with Doug Pinnick. Great guy. Awesome guy. Love King's X. Love all of his work. And, I mean, how much does he sound like Jimi Hendrix, people? Pretty incredible. But, D, you there?
Yes.
All right, lady. So, now, everybody, on this Halloween 2019, we got Wes Scantlin from Puddle of Mudd waiting for us. He's chomping at the bit to talk to us, so I got to cut over to him. Because he ain't going to wait real long. But, guys, you're gonna love it. I know it. I can't wait to talk to him about a number of different subjects. So we are gonna cut over to Mr. Wes Scantlin, Puddle of Mudd, right now. Everybody, welcome back to Rock Titan Live. Again, I'm Scotty J. We've got an amazing guest with us right now. You know this guy because we featured him on Rock Titan multiple times, and that would be none other than Wes Scantlin, Puddle of Mud. Wes, how you doing?
Hello.
Yeah. It's been a while, dude. It's been a while. I mean, last time we were talking, we had been talking about this new album that was in the works, A Puddle of Mud, because it had been a while since you had anything new, but it was kind of still pie in the sky type stuff. Now, obviously, you knew that it was imminent, but the rest of the people didn't know it was imminent. And here we are. Welcome to Galvania. Yeah?
Welcome to it, baby.
Dude,
best city in the world.
Where is Galvania?
Galvania is at Lake Waukomis, Missouri.
Really? No, I'm serious, man. Because
right.
I looked up Galvania and I couldn't find any trace of Galvania anywhere on the map. I almost thought it was like Greenbow, Alabama. Like where Forrest Gump is from. Which I thought was a real place until someone I know actually went to Alabama to go to Greenbow and found out that it didn't really exist. But Galvania is a real place.
Yeah, it's a skin response, man. My dad, I think he measures the songs by goosebumps and hair standing up on the back of your neck and your arms and stuff. When you get that gushy feeling of something just awesome. So I just invented the word, dude.
Right on.
Thanks.
So, yeah, I've listened to the whole album, and I knew I was going to be talking to you. So everybody, who's waiting on a Rock Titan review of Welcome to Galvania, Puddle of Mud's latest work of art, you're going to just have to wait, because I was going to put that review out in conjunction with when I finally had a chance to talk to the man. But you've been a busy guy, yeah? I mean, you guys been touring, playing a lot, going wild, huh?
Just a little bit, man. Just a little bit.
Yeah, you got to pay the bills, right?
Yeah, man. Sure. Thank God my bills are really, really low these days. Thank God.
There you go. That's always nice. But so how now that Welcome to Galvania is out, how do you feel about how it's been received so far?
I think that everybody's digging it, man. Really, I've heard great feedback. I mean, you got your haters and stuff in this world, in this universe, but for the most part, hey, man, it's a rocking record, man. And I'm proud of it, and there's a lot of catchy, cool stuff, and the vibes are good, man. So that's great.
Yes, I know, because I went through the whole thing. Yeah, it was interesting, I mean, and I broke this all down. I'm kind of looking at my review as I'm talking to you right now. And you don't know, and you got, go to hell, diseased almost. And I thought it was really interesting because I'm digesting, all of these songs, all your lyrics to these songs. And again, for everybody that, has been a Wes Scantlin fan, Puddle of Mud fan, they know that it's been a while since anything new's come out. And obviously you've been through the full gambit, which we've already talked about in the past at length. It seemed like this album really was kind of your story. It's kind of been like your account for what's been going on since the last album. Would that be fair?
Yeah, be careful who you run around with, man, in your life, because a lot of them are just freaking wild, lurking weirdos, man. Just run for your life if you're running into these people, man. So change your playgrounds, change your playmates, keep God first place, and stay rocking.
Now, that's interesting that you should say that. Because again, we've caught up in the past. Everyone loved our carpool karaoke, by the way. I mean, people went nuts over that. But and they loved the live stuff that we got when you were at Harrah's Casino out here in the Philadelphia region. But of all the conversations you and I have had, I honestly did not know that you were a spiritual person. Now, is it fair to say that you are a spiritual person? In fact.
Yeah, for sure. My whole life. And I thank God every day for all my blessings. And I really appreciate him. And, his angels helping me out along the way. I mean, everybody thought I was going to be a goner, but, through God, hey man, I made it through, and great support from my family and all my fans, and even people, in the justice system. They're like, "You're not gonna die. We're gonna make you not die." So I appreciate all of it.
That's awesome, man. I'm so glad to hear that. And we know some of the same people. I know people that have been, very close to you in your life, and I know that they all wish you nothing but the best. And you touched on it a little while ago. It really is important to surround yourself with the right people. Because no matter how strong you are, and no matter what your intentions may be, if you're surrounding yourself with the wrong people, it's real easy to have them drag you down.
Oh yeah.
So so I guess you make a very conscious effort to surround yourself with the right people these days.
Yowza, for sure. That stuff wasn't working, man. Now everything's going great, and got a new record out, and I'm just writing new songs, and we're just keep playing some badass shows and keep it real, man.
Right on. Now the entourage, that make up your band now, and it was really cool because we got to have your drummer with us in the carpool karaoke last time. We were out and about, and he's in the back, and he's playing the air drums and everything like that. We're having a good old time. This group that you have right now that makes up Puddle and Mud, can you see this having some longevity here? I mean, are we already working on another album? Are we writing new music as a collective here with these guys?
I am totally nonstop writing music every day, and yeah, man. Sometimes it's almost like a double-edged sword. I mean, I'll just get trapped till 3-4 o'clock in the morning, man. I don't even know what time it is, and I start 9 at night, and then next thing you know, it's 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and it's time to take some Zeke Will and go to bed.
Right on, man. Right on. Now, I guess
Zeke Will.
What do you do? I'm just curious because again, we've never touched on this. We've talked about so many different things, over the last year and a half, almost 2 years, I guess now. It's kind of hard to believe. But what does Wes Scantlin do for downtime, man? Like when you are not making music, when you're not writing, when you're not the rock star guy. What do you do for downtime, man? I'm curious.
Chillaxing and just keep writing songs. I'm totally like addicted to just being a songwriter.
Really? So I mean, so that is what you do. I mean, that's your therapy. Like that's just literally who you are through and through. That's what you do.
Every day, man. Every day. Wow. I'm getting ready. Actually, seriously, I got downtime now. I'm gonna go down the street. And I'm going to visit with some people that are really close by where I live, and it's a killer studio. And I'm going to go in there and just basically kind of get like a little residency there for, I don't know, maybe for the next 6 months. And it's great because I'll be able to go in there and just like turn it loose and let loose and not have to worry about anybody's like opinions. And, I don't have to worry about people like, looking over my shoulder, telling me to shut the hell up. It's too loud in the house, blah, 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 blah. So I'll be able to go in there and just, unleash the monsters.
Right on, right on. Now, where are you at these days? We don't need to give people your exact GPS location because we don't want people bothering you. I know that happens to you. Actually, I read an article not too long ago that just literally came out, and I guess you had someone harassing you in the course of another interview that you were doing. Like literally, they were grilling you, giving you a hard time. Here you are trying to talk with someone like myself, and you got someone like harassing you.
Yeah, I know. I know.
That's crazy, man. You got like the paparazzi breathing down your neck.
They're everywhere. Everybody's got a camcorder in their phone and a freaking, basically a camera. So, hey, man,
right.
People can. I mean, back when I was growing up, man, it was like if somebody wore like a wire, you were a narc, shoot away. But it's like everybody is a narc now. Everybody's a narc. It wouldn't have gotten that, you were like, that's not right to just, whatever. But I'm just saying, everybody.
I'm with you. So where are you calling home these days? You out there on the West Coast?
Well, I've been basically on tour, so I'm at wherever I lay my head is home, pretty much. But I'm in Cali, and I kind of bounce back between Cali and Kansas City. That's about it.
I like it. I like it. You know what? One of my most favorite quotes is from a fictional character. You know, a fictitious character, The Blacklist. I don't know. You probably don't have time to even watch TV or movies or anything like that. But man, Raymond Reddington, he's like the most badass fictitious character of all time. And he had this saying that you just touched on. I make my bed where I lay my head. I love it. I love it. You know.
James Head, Metallica. Yeah. Where?
Oh.
It is home. Oh, yeah.
You know what? It's funny.
I'm with. I'm praying for make it.
Yeah. No, I saw that James is, trying to clean himself up a bit. And how you been with all that? You been good? Everything's cool?
I'm doing great. Full force and just keep God first place and keep your family close and people that you really love and they love you and it's just you got to keep that in your life because if you get rid of that in your life, everything just goes to hell, man, and it just life starts sucking.
I feel you.
I
feel you. Well, for all your fans out there,
rocking still, man.
Right on, dude, and I am so glad you are.
Yeah. Great.
Is there anything specific?
Thank you.
Yeah, dude, you look great. Is there any one thing that you've done that's really kind of helped you be cool and walk the straight and narrow and everything? We discussed your faith and your family and your friends and having the right people around you. Is there anything specific beyond that you do to just really channel your energies?
You know what? It was really great to be able to just, basically the incarceration, it was a blessing from God. And, it was right when I got out of rehabilitation, I went on tour for 2 years. So it actually, I thank my bandmates and I thank everybody because I needed to be busy. And when you're busy, man, you ain't got nothing else better to do except just do what you're supposed to be doing. And I think just touring in general, dude, really seriously, really kind of saved my life. Just the touring in general,
Okay. All right, so staying busy, man, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Now, for some artists, out there, a lot of musicians, the tour life can actually be the opposite, I mean, there can be a lot of those negative influences or they need help staying up, for the long tour cycle. They need something to keep them going, maybe a little artificial help, so to speak. But, for you, it's the total opposite, man. That really is your adrenaline rush. Just touring, just playing, that's all you need, yeah?
That's basically what happened, and it's kept me healthy and strong, and I had to rebuild my voice anyway. I had some acid reflux problem type deal.
Really?
Who knows? Maybe it was all the acid I took when I was a kid. But anyway.
Oh, man. Well, so you can never be tried as a legally sane person. You are legally insane.
Yeah, I have psycho tattooed on my arm.
Oh, man. Schizophrenic psycho, huh?
Yeah. There was a girlfriend that I was seeing a long time ago, and she's like, yeah, man, I think you're a schizophrenic psycho. So I basically wrote that song about myself.
For real?
And a chick.
Okay.
Yeah. Had a little bit to do with the ex-wife, had a little bit to do with some ex-girlfriends. I don't know. They all slide away into songs, so I'll keep writing about them, man, because, everybody's got them darn problems, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Wes, I absolutely know very well. It's a very personal thing to me, Well, you've met my other half. You've actually met my other half, so you know. But in terms of music videos, for Welcome to Galvania, as we continue pushing this album, and obviously, you're touring in support of it. I saw the official music video, out there. We got any other official music videos off that album that we're working on now that are soon to be released?
I'm sure my sister's going to call me probably in the next 10 minutes and probably be like, you need to get on a plane and come back to Kansas City so we can shoot another video. So,
all right. So how many are we working on here? Is there a set plan, or are you just kind of winging it?
You know what? I wouldn't mind just trying to knock as many out as I can while I got a little bit of kind of sort of downtime a little bit now. Yeah, I'd rather just keep anyway, stay busy and, stay healthy.
Right on, right on. So your sister is handling your affairs, huh? Keeping it close, keeping it in-house?
Yeah, man. No, hey, when I do, job and duty with my dad, and everybody's helping out, and I love that. It's great to be working with my family. It really is.
That's cool. Well, if you can't trust your own family, who can you trust?
My saying is, if somebody's going to be stealing your money, it might as well be your bloodline. You might get a little bit back later.
Right? It's like, wouldn't that be something? You hear the last will and testament being read off to you, and it's this laundry list. And, to Wes, I am leaving, X, Y, and Z. You're like, wait a minute. That was all mine in the first place, man. What's that all about? So, it comes back full circle. Oh, man.
My grandchildren are going to get all my money.
There you go. So Wes Scantlin is back on top. Life is good. Everything's cool. What's going on, man? We got plans for the holiday season. Are you going to be doing a special Christmas album? Can we expect to be hearing Here Comes Santa Claus from Wes Scantlin? A little Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman? What's up?
That actually I've been wanting to do for freaking so long, and I might as well just get in the studio and just do that and knock that out real quick, because that'd be fun to just sit there and sing those songs.
That would be badass.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
Wes is nuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose,
This is nuts roast.
But no, man, that would be really, really cool. I mean, if you've never done anything like that, you certainly have the chops for it.
Yeah, we can do that, no problem.
Oh,
for sure.
Man, I'll tell you what. See, if it's one thing that, I'm somewhat, I have a penchant for, is planting those seeds, man. Planting those little seeds in your artist's heads. Because you can't think of everything on your own, Sometimes you need those outside influences, to help say, hey, man, this is I think this would be really, really cool.
Yeah, I'm going to do that, actually, seriously. You got.
So, everybody, you heard it here first on Rock Titan Live. Wes Scantlin's going to be doing a special Christmas album, of some of our holiday favorites.
I'll get on that, man, for real. I promise you.
Do you have a favorite Christmas song? Since, obviously it's not even Halloween yet, but, we're heading into that time of year, because once Halloween gets there, it's like, now it's Thanksgiving, now it's Christmas, now it's New Year's. It's like, boom, boom, boom.
I like that one, Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. What's the one with Cheech and Chong, man? Cheech and Chong had a killer holiday record, man. Cheech and Chong.
You should get Cheech and Chong with you. You could have a little collaboration with Cheech and Chong. Well, I don't know. I mean, we're talking about external influences. We don't want to have any bad influences on you. Even if it's for medicinal purposes, you know what I mean? I don't know about Cheech and Chong these days. I don't know if they're still they were back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
That'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Well, you know what? It's funny. I mean, talking to collaborations, is that something kind of on your to-do list, so to speak? Are there any artists of note out there that you've thought about, doing some work with, like your own little supergroup or something like that?
Not right now. Not this second. I'm gonna work this record and keep writing Puddle of Mud songs till the day I die. And any collaborational type stuff that happens, I'm totally with it, man. I love that stuff. Everybody's got great ideas on it. You gotta bounce ideas off different artists.
Very cool. Very cool. So we're supporting Welcome to Galvania. And again, everybody, if you haven't had a chance to check it out, just go on to Google, Welcome to Galvania, Puddle of Mudd. It's awesome. I've listened to it myself, and you will see exactly what I thought of it, which was mostly positive. But, yeah, mostly positive. Mostly. You know? Yeah, no, it's all good. But, so we're going to be supporting that. Are you actively touring in support of that right now? Are we taking kind of a break during the winter season? What's going on?
There are no breaks, man. Just happy, happy layovers.
Right on. Right on. Okay. Well, Wes, thank you so much for your time, man. I know you are a very busy man. You got better things to do than talk to me. You got to go get into the studio right now and start cutting up some Christmas tracks, man. You know?
It needs to be done, yeah.
We got to start doing some Christmas songs. So, everybody, we are here with Wes Scantlin, Puddle of Mudd. I am Scotty J, Rock Titan Live. We're out.